Hello, my name is Drew Toro, and this is my presentation for project management. Uh, and this is the project that I will be doing for my capstone final for the Johnson University MBA program. The business that I will be working with and actually have been working with already is a business in Fayetteville, Georgia, and it's called the Salt Med Spa, and it's a halotherapy salt place. And their slogan here is at the bottom, and it is look well, breathe well, and feel well. So first, let's go into what exactly is a salt spa, because as of right now, not a lot of people know what halotherapy is or what a salt spa even is, as it may just looks like from the outside that it's just a normal spa that just uses salt to decorate things. However, while that may be the case, there's much more to it as the salt is very useful. So these are actual pictures of the location at the Fayetteville location in Georgia. The picture on the left is their front desk area where you walk in. That desk where you see the computer and the woman sitting behind it, those are actual salt blocks, Himalayan salt blocks from Pakistan. And they're all backlit. And what a salt spa is that it uses grinded up salt to be dispersed into a small area. It's called a salt room. And the picture on the right is there's one of their salt rooms that they use. And as you can see, there are zero gravity chairs in there for maximum relaxation and comfort. And then all over the walls is a salt. They plastered salt on it. And then all over the floor is salt as well. It's loose. In order to go in there, you have to wear booties around your shoes so you're not dirtying up the salt. And then at the top, they made a little artificial starlight nightlife kind of view to kind of help relaxation. And then when the session starts, they'll dim the lights and have relaxing music playing in the background. And then this is just one of their salt rooms. They also have another one. It's for mainly focused toward kids. It's a lot bigger, and it also has some paintings on the wall, a little sea life, and it has some toys where if little kids want to play in the salt, they can do that as well. And then the parents can view, if they don't want to go into the salt session, they can view from the outside through a glass. So what exactly is halotherapy? Well, first, the word halotherapy, you get the word halo. Halo means salt, and then therapy, as we all know, is a way to help heal, heal your body and renew. But the way that halotherapy works is that salt, it's pharmaceutical graded salt, is first grinded up into what they call a halo generator, and it is then dispersed into the air in that salt room. So on the wall, there's just a little hole, and then the salt is grinded up. You see, this is an example of a picture on the right of kind of how the generator works. It just takes the salt at the bottom, grinds it up, and then a motor, a fan just disperses it in the air. It's a very fine particle, and then you breathe it in. And when you breathe in those very fine salt particles, it enters in your lungs and it helps absorb things such as toxins, allergens, pollen, and mucus, and it helps clear out your lungs, your throat, your sinuses. It really helps clear you out. It kind of makes you feel better. Kind of example, a picture on the left is before salt therapy, and then after, as it really opens you up. Typically for first session there, if you've never had it before, you will experience most of the time some coughing. However, that means it's good, it's working, because you're coughing and just releasing everything that's backed up. And it's also not only beneficial for the lungs, but it's also beneficial for your skin. So, some people with eczema, it's good to go in there because the salt in the air still gets on your skin and it can still help that. Um, and what is great about salts is just it's very simple, but on a molecule level, it's antibacterial, it's anti-inflammatory, and it's absorbents. So the Salt Med Spa, their mission statement is to provide relaxation, restoration, and renewal through all natural healing environment. Uh, that's just kind of their way of thinking as they started up the business. They really just wanted to help people out who, have, lung issues, skin issues, and just really want to find a way to restore their body without using drugs. Because most of the time, people turn to alternative methods because either they can't take drugs, it's too expensive, or they've tried everything and it's just simply not working. And that's what's great about halotherapy and what the Salt Med Spa does is because it allows a place for these people to go to and finally, see results and whatever symptoms that they may be experiencing and help either relieve that or even cure them. So at the Salt Med Spa, they not only just do salt sessions, but they also have hydrofacials, which is basically just a regular facials, but it uses a machine and it helps hydrate the skin on your face. That's very beneficial to people. They do all different types of massages, like Swedish massages, deep tissue, sports, or cupping. They also have just regular facials. They do waxing. And then they also do halo yoga, which is basically you're still in a salt room, but they'll have a halo yoga instructor in the salt room where you can do yoga at the same time. And they also have an infrared sauna. When they first opened up, they initially didn't have that. But what they decided to do is kind of get creative. On a business level, they just had an empty closet that was just kind of taking up space, not really doing anything for the business. And the owner, Joe Paletta and Don Paletta, they just had this idea where why don't they just kind of, clear out that closet, kind of renovate it a little bit and add an infrared sauna. And that's what they did and is now generating, the business more profit for them. And what an infrared sauna is, it's like a normal sauna. However, it doesn't use steam to heat up. It uses infrared light to kind of penetrate deeper into the skin, where normal sauna, it heats you up from the outside in. However, with an infrared sauna, it heats you up from the inside out. It's supposed to be a lot more beneficial too because it uses red light therapy. And they also have a bunch of different products. They have all assortments of natural soaps. They use maybe like goat milk or local farms. They have some lotions, serums for people wanting some facials to do at home. They have bath bombs. They also have kind of like bath salt bombs where you can just buy some bigger particles of the Himalayan salts and have those in your bath, and they've added some scents into them. They also have salt cooking blocks where literally it's a giant salt block and you cook on it. It's supposed to be healthier for you and help heat up the meats. You can also put it on a grill. They also have mini salt inhalers. This third picture on the left is an example of their inhaler where it has those little tiny Himalayan salt particles in it, and then you breathe it in from the top. And it's almost trying to mimic the effects of a salt room. If you kind of wanted to kind of do little mini session of halotherapy at home or on the go. And then, of course, they have a wide variety of salt lamps. Over the years, they've really expanded this and have expanded their variety because typically they just first started out with just a normal pink salt lamp, so just like normal rocks here in this photo, in the second photo. But they've expanded it to more, they have gray ones, they have more darker ruby colored ones. Those are great for night lights. And they also have been able to get some salt lamps that have been carved into either animals, flowers, or different designs. Those have been really popular over the years too as well. So here's an example of kind of how they price things out. For a regular 45-minute salt session, it's 45 minutes. And you can also buy unlimited plans or a family unlimited plan. They really try to push those because if you have a symptom or an illness, more than likely you need to come multiple times in a week or in a month to see results with your symptoms. And then honestly, it's just better if you just buy an unlimited plan because you just pay either a month price or a monthly price, and you can come literally every single day or multiple times a day. That's why they usually push for those, because in reality, if you're going to come that many times, you might as well just buy the unlimited plan. And then the price for the infrared sauna for 30 minutes, that's $25. For a Swedish 60-minute massage, it's $65. And then the Halo Yoga is $20 for 60 minutes. So where the Salt Med Spa is located is first, it's in the Fayetteville, Peachtree City area in Georgia. And it sits just right off the highway of Highway 54, which is a pretty busy highway. They have really great visibility as they have a giant sign out front that shows people what the business is. You can see the business right off the road. They also usually put some words over there on the sign to kind of either promote any holidays or any promotions that they'd be having. So what's great about this is their business is highly visible to many people every day on the road. And some of their two closest competitors that are also spas. Now they're not salt spas because the closest salt spa to the Salt Med Spa is actually like 45 minutes away. And so, luckily that salt spa that's 45 minutes away, it really does no competition at all for the Salt Med Spa because this location here kind of takes over the Fayetteville, Peachtree City, Coweta, Newnan area. But these two spas that are nearby, as you can see, is pointed in the yellow arrows. Those are just normal spas that just have, basically everything that the Salt Med Spa does. They just don't do halotherapy. But one thing that the Aesthetics MD Luxury Spa does is they do laser hair removal, where the other spas and the Salt Med Spa, they just do waxing. And that's kind of something I wanted to talk to the owners about, and maybe, kind of look into that for my project, maybe add in as well, and kind of see why maybe the Salt Med Spa hasn't either added in laser hair removal. Maybe it's just not popular, or it could just be an equipment expense, because I'm assuming, the equipment that you need for that and the training is probably quite expensive to do laser hair removal compared to just waxing. So the problems that I would like to be addressed, or mainly that the owner wants to be addressed when I kind of had an interview with him to kind of discuss, what things I can maybe look into to kind of help him and help the business overall. First, we want to increase brand awareness because, salt and halotherapy is just so new. Not a lot of people know that it exists or know what the business is. And we also want to increase social media presence because there are social media currently right now. Well, they do have some social media accounts. It's kind of lacking, and I think there's need more engagement. And third, we want to address the issue of a service provide turnover, as this is quite high, and it's hard for them to kind of keep employees on staff and provide the services that they do, such as massages, waxing, facials, and things like that. And then lastly, we want to implement surveys to possibly find other problems that we are just not able to see, and maybe that other employees or customers can see, and let us know as well. So first is brand awareness. Kind of like I said, halotherapy is just still so new and just unknown by many people. And there's just not a lot of businesses out there or locations to where people can just know what it is and feel comfortable coming in. So we would like to address that and kind of, spread the word about that. To kind of do that, I want to encourage the owner to probably, keep providing free sessions to first-time clients, as that is something that they do quite often, because every month they do monthly specials, and usually about 75% of the time, they always run special where it's free sessions for first-time clients. I think that's a great idea to kind of get people into the door, because kind of like what the owner said, if we can just get people in the door, then we can absolutely sell them on the services or mainly the products that we have in there. And then another way to increase brand awareness is just kind of do some pop-up shops where you just have a table. They even have like a tablecloth that says the Salt Med Spa, some banners. And they even have a little wheel where you can spin for fun, and you can win some products or services such as a salt lamp, maybe some lotions, or a salt little block or a salt deodorant block, or even a free salt session. So that's a great way for them to just kind of attract people to their table, and possibly get their business and increase the brand awareness and get the name out there. And I would like to look into doing these pop-up shops more frequently and more often at maybe the local gyms, because that'll be a great area. Because gyms is a great place where people just want to restore their body, and just kind of renew themselves. Also want to increase this in farmers market, because with it being a small business, there's also small business markets out there at churches or in the local city. I think this is a great place because a lot of farmers market, they want things that are organic, natural, and I think this is an excellent avenue for the business to go into. And then maybe also look into doing a mobile salt vehicle. The owner has somewhat kind of discussed that before as kind of like a out there idea they maybe look into, where you just kind of bring the salt session to the people, where you just kind of like have a van and maybe look into maybe figuring out if we can add a halo generator into a car. Next is the social media presence. Currently, right now, they have an Instagram account and a Facebook account. However, kind of what I've seen as I follow them since they've been open for the past, I want to say 8 years, is they kind of lack with follower engagement and just like their post frequency. So I would like to first create more engaging posts to boost the follower engagement, to where maybe you just kind of like ask followers to ask a question, comment, reply. And I want the Salt Med Spa to engage back with those followers, whether it's just commenting back or just saying things on their post as well. And also want them to post more frequently, because right now they kind of post kind of off and on, maybe once every few weeks or so. And I think there's a lot of great research out there that shows, there's kind of like a happy medium to where if you post a few times a week, It can help increase followers and helps increase brand awareness as well, because the more times people see that on their social media feed, the more times they're maybe wanting to go in to buy products or services. And I would also like them to post on their social media maybe some videos, maybe where it's just kind of like showing the business what things are like, what things look like, and then also kind of maybe want them to ask and answer some frequently asked questions that customers usually have, or customers they can ask. They can just post those on their social media websites. And I also want them to start a TikTok account, because honestly, in reality, TikTok is a booming social media account, and there's now so many businesses flocking to there, talking about their business, and it's also a great way to just engage with their followers more, and increase brand awareness. I think that's something that they would need to start up, and I think I can help them do that as well. The next issue is to decrease service provide turnover. This is something that the owners say that they're struggling with. We're not exactly sure why. For some reason, it's just really hard for them to keep and hold the service providers. And this is something that I want to kind of dig in deeper with them, and maybe even with their current service providers, and see, what the business can do more to kind of help serve them. And I would like to do this by either just simply asking them, or I want to implement employee surveys to kind of engage them, how they feel about the business and what things we could do better. With the survey, we can then use the results to make adjustments. And I'd also like to implement an incentive for Google reviews to kind of help build employee and customer relationships more. Basically, what this can look like is a way, the employee that has the most Google reviews, they can maybe, win a gift card or a bonus, or any kind of gifts like that. Where basically, after a customer either buys something or has a service completed, the employees just kind of ask them to do a Google review, include their name in it. This is an easy way for the business to track, what employees get what Google reviews, and give them credit for that. And this can also help brand awareness, because if this is a very new business, a lot of people just do their research, Google things, and if they can just see on Google all these 5-star reviews and good customer service that we're giving them, then it's more likely that they will come to the business. So kind of like I said just earlier, I would also like to, about implementing surveys for employees. I also want to do this for customers. I would like to, I think for my project, I want to create a survey, more than likely on SurveyMonkey, because it makes it super easy and an easy way to track results and data. But I'd like to create some questions about, how customers, rate their experience, that they've been there before. I'd like to know kind of what products and services that they use, to kind of gauge the questions that we then ask, if they like those products or if they like those services. Ask them, what they like about the business overall, and what they dislike. So, just so we know what the business knows, what they're doing well, and what they could possibly do better. And then with this survey, I want to, ask the owner if we can maybe do a giveaway, to where maybe we open up the survey for about a week or so. And at the very end, just kind of do a random generator and just give it away, maybe a product or service. And this would be a great way to kind of, get customers, encouraging them to complete these surveys and fill it out. I'd also like to have these surveys, one to be done yearly or maybe even quarterly, but also one to be done daily. Maybe the daily one is just a lot simpler or shorter than the one that's done yearly. But the one daily, I would like to maybe look into just having a little QR code on the office kind of desk area, for people to just quickly fill out, rate their current experience that they were for that day. Then also help us, figure out, how experiences, the customer experiences are doing on a day-to-day basis instead of overall. So the end goal for this project and for the things that I'm going to research and help implement is to help boost profits, because if we're able to increase brand awareness and increase these social media followers, the more people that will know about the business, and the more people that will come and buy them, and in the end that helps boost profit for the goal for the business. And I hope halotherapy is more well known to the general public, um, increase their social media followers, and also increase the customer and employee satisfaction, uh, just so we know, what customers are wanting us to fix and what employees are wanting us to fix as well. Um, and also want to create more relationships, um, either with the employees or with the customers, or even maybe with other businesses. This is something that could possibly happen if we do these pop-up shops at local businesses or gyms or farmers markets. I think it's an excellent opportunity that can just kind of naturally happen, where we just kind of build more relationships. And here's my references. And that is everything that I will be doing for my project for Capstone. More than likely, I'll probably dig into more things as well once I actually kind of get into it and do more research. Thank you.